G'day folks, it's Rob here. This week's video I'll be harvesting that aquaponic ginger behind me there so I can finish off building a little bug-proof house for some brassicas we want to grow this winter. I'll stop yabbering on, flip the camera around and we'll get stuck into it. So this is our little stand of aquaponic ginger we're harvesting today. It's a nice little tuft that's been in there for about a season and a half-ish, and we do have some more over there in the bathtub bed. That bathtub bed is a dual root zone bed. I'll show you those guys later, and we better get this ginger out before it starts to rain. So this ginger actually went in, there's a small section left over from cooking about a season and a half ago, and I just left it in to overwinter last year just to see what would happen, because I've always found ginger plants in particular tend to put on a lot more growth the second season and bulk out a lot more than they did the year before. The one issue that I have had with that is you do get a little bit of rotting from the previous season's ginger rhizomes. Normally I would try and get these sections out all in one piece, but today I think I'm just going to grab individual clumps and pull and hope for the best. Well, there we go. There's some very nice looking sections of rhizome right there. Oh, and it smells awesome as well. Grab this section here. Oh, nope, bit of clay in the sump, sorry catfish. Definitely got deep roots. Come on fellas, see if I can do it in one hit. Oh, almost. Oh wow. That's a nice clump of ginger right there. Obviously, I'm going to have to clean these up a bit to give you a decent look. Wow. Pretty awesome. Over in this corner I found a little basil seedling. Might just pop you back there, fella. That's probably a self-sown one from the deck. Just push those aside a bit. And another basil I've just found intertwined here. I'm planted out over in this corner. There we go. Hope you survived the transplant, matey. There are a couple of small sections of this rhizome left in here. And I wouldn't be surprised, there's a bit I missed, I wouldn't be surprised if they do pop up next season. There are also a few of these larger roots as well, but they won't shoot new plants. What I'll do is I'll just leave them in there for the compost worms to devour and try and reclaim some of those nutrients. So yeah, I'll stop nattering on. We'll trim some of this off, wash it up and see what we got. Just a quick heads up for you folks who want to learn more about aquaponics. I do have that Backyard Aquaponics Beginner's Guide available. There'll be a link that'll pop up there to a website that tells you a little bit more, and a direct link to purchase the guide down in the description. Loads of information on there on starting a system, how to build a small system, and also you can contact me directly through the guide and I'll get back to you a lot quicker than when you comment under these videos here, and I can help you out with any issues that you have. Also too, it's translated into Spanish, Portuguese, Hindi and Chinese. But enough spruiking, back to the ginger. Just down the back here quickly before we weigh up that ginger, I thought I'd show you some of the other gingers we have on the grow here. This is some culinary ginger you'd find at the shops, just growing in here in a little wicking bed with a couple of weeds and some purslane that's gone to seed. Over the back there, I actually have some galangal in another wicking barrel that we use quite a bit, especially in our Thai and some of our Indo cooking. And down here we have some of the Cambodian ginger. This ginger is slightly different. I'll see if I can rip a little bit out to give you a gander. No, I can't. I'll grab a knife. So here's a couple of small sections of that Cambodian or pond lai ginger. And as you can see, it is much smaller than the ginger we took out of the aquaponics. It actually has a slightly different taste, a little bit bitter. I find it has a little bit of a citrusy zing to it as well. Something we don't use a lot of, but it's nice to have as a backup, as this stuff pretty much all grows around about 10 to 11 months of the year. The plant stays green, so always great to have on standby. Not that we ever run out of this stuff here with the amount we grow. So down the back here under our mango we have some more gingers. We have our galangal in the ground there. We have some finger root down there. Some normal ginger I popped out of some of last year's harvest from the deck down here just to see if we could get it to take hold. There's actually another little bit down there. Over here we have some more healthier looking finger root, and down in here we have a big wicking tub full of the Cambodian or pond lai ginger. and then just a couple of turmeric that I've just basically thrown out with a compost heap where we were putting our kitchen scraps for a little while. So up here on the deck we have our little ginger hedge. This is made up of sections that we've overwintered, or that last pouch we overwintered from last year. This one here has just continued to put on loads of extra rhizome, so it will have to be harvested this year and separated because it's just growing too densely in that pouch. Just a bit of an experiment to see how much we get. These pouches along here we've just been harvesting from as we needed it, and this is a wicking tub. It's basically a little wicking tray with a pouch on top, and it's put on loads of growth as well. Very happy with it. And now these ones here, they are getting a little bit brown on the tips, just like the other ones down the back. That's because we're in autumn here, or fall, so the plants are dying back a bit. I'll just go down to the aquaponics and I'll give you a bit of a quick look at that dual root zone ginger. So just up here at the dual root zone bed, I've cleared a little bit of a path for us so we can actually see the ginger growing up here. We have a very nice section growing there, and another one over here with a little growth point. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a nice little growth shoot there. So 2 sections of ginger were put in here. They were put out fairly late in the season from memory. For us, we typically grow anywhere from around about September. We can pop them in the ground and they start to shoot within a month or so. And then, yeah, we grow all the way through to June or July. So these guys I'll be leaving a little bit longer. I just have to get the stuff out of this bed here, because I want to put on a netting like that one there, so we can protect the brassicas from the cabbage butterfly and such. Just while I'm cleaning this ginger, for you folks interested in learning how to grow your own, I've got a very comprehensive video here on YouTube. A little link will pop up there and down in the description as well, and under that I'll put a growing ginger in aquaponics one, so for you folks who grow in soil as well as aquaponics, and you can suss them out. And this section here has what I believe to be the mother rhizome, just this darker brown right here. Now we're on to the weighing section of the video, the bit that a lot of people like, and hopefully we'll get a decent harvest, keeping in mind that this is a 1.5 years worth of growth, or a season and a half. Oh wow, I just found a little hitchhiker, a little red regular compost worm. So he's been having a bit of a feed on the detritus around the root, I'd say. Pop the rest of it in here, and I think I'm going to end up with around about 2 kilograms or 4 pounds, which would be, you know, 1 kilo for a year's growth is pretty good in my book. And there we go, over 2.5 kilograms, which works out to be that many pounds. So there we go, folks. We'll bring her out into the sun. A bit of an epic aquaponic harvest, if you ask me, for the ginger. Got to be happy with over 2.5 kilograms. Now, a lot of people have asked me, you know, what do we do with all the ginger we harvest, because we do grow quite a bit. I do have a video on that you can check it out. A link will pop up here and there'll be one down in the description. But this lot here, probably about 1/3 of it will be turned into ginger paste to go into the freezer to be used as basically curries and stir fries and things like that. We're going to slice some up this time as well and freeze that as well, just so we can pop it into herbal infusions and cups of tea, and probably give away about 1/3 of it to other people. Main reason is I still have some to harvest, as you saw before, over there, and I have a load on the deck above us. We've had another good year of ginger here, so yeah, something we don't really need to put in the freezer, but it's always handy just to have in there, just to pull out whenever we need it. Just quickly, I was promising to do a fish harvest video this week. We've just been flat out looking after a few people and doing some bits and pieces not associated with aquaponics. So I actually started to feed them again. So we're going to stop feeding them this weekend. Today's Friday. So we'll stop feeding them on Saturday, let them go a week. And yeah, in a week or two's time, there will be a video on harvesting the fish and how I cook it up. And next week, hopefully, fingers crossed, there will be a biofiltration filter video, because a lot of people have been asking me about biofilters or moving bed bioreactors. So I thought I'd do a bit of a breakdown on the one we have here. But anyway, I will pretty much leave it there. Once again, thank you very much to everyone who has purchased the guide. It's been great chatting to you over there and helping you out with all your questions. Thank you very much to everyone who comes and watches the videos, thumbs them up, leaves comments down below and shares them around. I really do appreciate chatting to you guys in the comment section. And finally, thanks to everyone who supports us through our Patreon website. Farm Your Own Yard, and also the YouTube membership program. We really do appreciate the support from you folks, and it keeps me motivated to keep pumping out the content when we get distracted by other bits and pieces going on in life. So anyway, I will pretty much leave it there. I do hope you're all well and happy in your gardens and aquaponics is booming, and I'll catch you next video. Cheers folks, and happy growing.